Hey guys, it's Lori. I just wanted to talk about a few different things today. First of all, YouTube is, I'm sure you've heard if you watch YouTube, some of the bigger channels are getting really upset. I just found out, sometimes I don't know if it happens for you, but sometimes my videos will come up in the recommended. And that helps me because it gets more people to watch, which in turn, hopefully, helps more people first and foremost, and secondly maybe brings in more clients or whatever. Believe me, I have never made a dime from YouTube. Even on the videos that have ads or whatever, I've never made a dime because I don't have a big following or whatever. So I don't make any money off YouTube, but it's a good way for me to get the word out or whatever and get more clients. I've met more people. Some people have written to me and told me that it helped, and that's what I do. That's why I do what I do. But anyway, I am moving slowly over to Patreon. I know I've talked about it before, but YouTube is putting a lot of censorship on. Now all of a sudden my channel is just not important because it's not big enough. There's not enough people watching or whatever. So they're not even going to put me in the recommended, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm moving over to Patreon. I did buy a Zoom account so that I can do workshops and that sort of thing. Of course, I'm on Periscope, but I haven't done anything on Periscope in a long time. Maybe I'll go back and do some more. But what I like about Patreon is I can put on other material in there, and because it's a paid service, I can put on what I want, and you can get more in-depth material. So when I say paid service, you can pay anywhere from $1 a month to whatever you want to pay. Some people do it by the video. I'm just going to do it by the month. So if you could follow me over there, that would be great. It's patreon.com/passages New Hampshire. I believe that's what it is. And just I don't know what it says, but sign up for it. Like I said, it could be $1 a month. You could pay 2, you could pay 5, you could pay 10, whatever it is. And there's going to be stuff on there that's free. It's just if you want to see, not quite the level of if you're taking classes with me, but more than the free stuff, then pay $1 a month and you'll get more. So anyway, that's out of the way. And I'm going to be talking about Patreon a lot over, as time goes on, but I don't want to waste too much time on it. There's a whole lot of talk right now with the hashtag #MeToo about sexual abuse, sexual misconduct, sexual harassment. And as you know, it's one of my passions is to help those who have been abused. Now, just as a little bit of a background, I'm not going to go deep into me, but I was abused as a child, physically, emotionally, mentally, and sexually. I was raped, brutally raped, and almost killed. I almost bled to death when I was a little older. I married a person who broke a lot of bones. He was physically abusive. I was actually sexually assaulted more than once. So this is one of my causes, I guess. I mean, I'm always, as you know, I'm always doing something, but it's one of my causes. And what I've done is taken between the gift that I have, the education that I have, and the personal experience that I have, is I take that through my own healing, and I pass that along to you. But there's the hashtag #MeToo. Now there's, I think, what is it? Hashtag kids too. There's, I don't know if you know who Corey Feldman is. He was an actor in the 80s. He hasn't acted in a long time. I don't know. Now he thinks he's Hugh Hefner. Combination of Hugh Hefner and Michael Jackson. I'm not trying to put the guy down. He claims he was abused physically by his mom and then sexually abused on set or whatever. And if he was, which I believe he probably was, my heart goes out to him. But he's trying to raise like $1 million now to make a movie about this. And he's been around for a long time talking about he's going to name names. He's always saying he's going to name names, whatever. I don't want to make this about Corey Feldman, but it brings up a lot. Now, I know people, I've worked with many people who are either survivors of sexual assault, survivors of pedophilia, survivors of abuse in the home, survivors of domestic violence. This is real serious issues, and I don't give to a whole lot of bigger organizations unless I really know what they're about, and I'll tell you why, even legitimate organizations, because they have to pay their people. That's why I do a lot of hands-on kind of stuff, and I'm constantly doing giveaways or raffles and that sort of stuff to try to raise money, because I go out and, a lot of, like, say somebody's a rape survivor or she was just raped, a rape victim. If I'm going to go and work with her and she doesn't have the money to pay me, I'm not going to turn her away. You know what I'm saying? Or, so a lot of stuff, a lot of clients, the way that I operate is I have my clients who pay me, my life coaching clients. I have my clients who come in on a sliding scale. And then I have my charity work. I work with the homeless. I do a lot of stuff, especially around the holidays, but I work with them all year long. When the temperatures went below zero, we actually worked hard to get some people in and off the streets so they wouldn't freeze to death, because they surely would have. Like I said, if I need to work with somebody who's been hurt, I'm not going to charge her or him if they don't have the money to pay for it. That's like a double whammy, isn't it? It's like another, oh, give me the money or too bad. And I feel like that's heartless, So this Corey Feldman guy wants to raise $1 million to make a movie, says he needs legal protection, this, that, and the other. What I want to say about that is, God bless him for being a survivor. But from what I hear, and I don't know if it's true, I don't know him personally, he's got some issues of his own now. Some charges have been brought up against him. But it seems he's angry and bitter, which a lot of survivors are. But he also had connections that many adult survivors of child abuse do not have. Human trafficking, they don't have the connections he had. I'm not saying he wasn't abused, I'm not taking away from that, but when I was growing up in an abusive household, we didn't have $1 million sitting in the bank so that I could, sue my parents for it later, or whatever the case may be. And that's how it is for the majority of people. While they're going through the abuse, they have nobody. They have no money. And I'm not saying he wasn't. Please don't get me wrong. I don't need haters saying, oh, poor Corey. I'm saying that he should look at what he did have and be grateful and drop the bitterness. And maybe he'd get further in his quest if he truly wants to help the children. So, I gotta tell you, if you're a survivor, I also see a lot of people that talk about having narcissistic personality disorder moms, or borderline personality disorder moms or dads. A parent with that can be devastating. But again, we gotta let go. In your healing process, the biggest thing that I can say that's gonna help you leaps and bounds, first of all, is to actually face reality, what you actually went through. It's hard because you feel the shame, even though your mind's telling you, look, I didn't do anything wrong. Your psyche, your emotions, your heart tells you, I'm guilty, I'm shameful, this happened to me, I don't want the world to know. And some people want to tell everyone and others don't. And whatever works for you, whatever helps to heal you, is what you need to do. But forgiveness is big, big, big. And I know it's so difficult when somebody has hurt you so deeply. But you're not forgiving for them. You can hold on to that bitterness and unforgiveness, and it's never going to touch them. It's never going to affect them. It's going to affect you. It's going to grow in you. It's going to grow this bitter root. I'm not saying don't press charges. I'm not saying go hang out with the person, but you need to forgive for your own healing. That's the first thing, If you're having an issue with that, definitely, like I said, that's one of my passions. I know what the feeling is. I've been there. I too am a survivor. This hashtag thing, I'm not so sure about, because it just seems so, of course, almost anything Hollywood does seems so scripted. And now another thing that bothers me is so many people are coming out, well, he looked at me the wrong way. She, put her hand on my shoulder. It's like we can't interact anymore because everybody's afraid, So there is a difference between abuse, harassment. I mean, it's wrong to be rude. It's wrong to be, demeaning. But it doesn't necessarily rise to the level of harassment or abuse, right? I mean, we gotta draw the line here. And men are victims too. Not only little boys, but grown men. People tend to forget that, and they go straight for the woman. Not all men are abusers. Some women are pretty bad abusers. Not all women are victims, All right, guys, I'm just like talking out of my head right now, but you know what? If you need some help with that healing process, or if you just want to talk or join a group, message me, passagesnewhampshireinfo@gmail.com. Send me a message, passagesnewhampshireinfo@gmail.com. Maybe we could set up some coaching, or I can let you know what groups I have to offer. Some are paid, some workshops, classes and stuff are paid, some groups are free. So if you want a list of what's going on, check it out. Like I said, meet me over at Patreon. There's going to be some more stuff added. I have a little bit there now, but I'm going to really work hard on the Patreon. I want you guys to know something, this is part of my job. So people say, well, why do you want to get paid, blah, blah, blah. Well, because I have to eat. This is part of my job. The videos are part of my job. The classes, the workshops, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, the different programs. Everything that I offer is 100% created by me, given by me. You'll interact with me. It's all me. All the volunteer stuff I do, it comes out of my own pocket, my own blood, sweat, and tears. Occasionally, I'm so grateful to have some people that help me. But this is not like a company, a brand. This is me. So between the videos, the workshops, I am constantly, I hardly sleep because I'm constantly working. I'm either putting together some PDFs, some exercises for personal clients, or, for an in general group thing, putting together subject matter for videos or for classes, or, working one-on-one with clients. I do my own marketing. I do it all. So yeah, $1 a month, that could really help me, depending on how many people, sign up. Anyway, if you are somebody who's been victimized, you can leap from victim to survivor. And you know what? Everything is relative as far as abuse goes. So where somebody may have been, beaten daily, or locked in a closet, or, trafficked, or penetrated, or whatever, and then somebody else may just remember that breath on their neck, or maybe emotionally abused every day. Don't compare the abuse with somebody else. It affected you. It helped to create who you are. Know what it is. Know how it affected you. Learn to forgive yourself, learn to forgive your abuser, but also, if you can still take action, but don't look at somebody else's abuse and say, oh, well, that person was abused more than I, or, like with Corey, I'm not saying, oh, his abuse is less because he had opportunities. I'm just saying he also had opportunities, and I really wish he'd look at that too, because a lot of people don't. But abuse is abuse, and it affects us all. It creates soul wounds, it creates blockages, it creates all kinds of stuff, and that, even when you think you're healed of it, can still, like I was talking about in another video, spiritually speaking, there can still be gunk all in your aura, auric junk that needs to be cleaned out, all because of something that maybe happened 20, 30 years ago. So don't belittle yourself. We all need validation, and you can jump from victim to survivor, and then from survivor to go on to help other people in whatever way that fits your gifts best. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. You have a great day.